Hello. Today we are going to have a look at this issue, and I think it's going to be relatively straightforward. I've not yet looked at it because I've been doubting working on this, um, so we've kind of left it. So we've got only how many? We're quite done in the hackathon, so we're almost there. We've got two issues left. We'll probably still updating the thread title tomorrow, but today I thought we'd have a look at preventing the first post from being deleted. So when we log in currently and we go to a thread, we can delete this first message. Now, the first message wouldn't really exist if it wasn't for the thread. So I kind of want to kind of keep the first post because we have threads which just contain posts, and when you create a new thread, it will automatically add a post for us as the first post. So we want to prevent deleting the first post. So why don't we dive on in and have a look and see how that would be possible. So let's open up the post component first of all. And one of the actions that we are kind of using is handle delete. When we run the handle delete function, we pass it the ID of the post we want to delete, and it will delete. So what I'm thinking is that we conditionally show that delete button. So we'll do if handle delete has been defined, then we'll show the button. Now we go back here and we'll go to welcome to Jamstack forum. That's still going to show because we are providing that prop. So next, what I'm thinking that we do is we simply, inside of here, we just destructure the actions. Maybe we destructure the actions and we rename these to, I don't know, raw actions or action props. Then it's just a case then of getting our first post, and then we spread everything else into all posts, and that will come from posts. Then it's going to be a case of destructuring handle delete, and then we'll just spread everything else into actions, and that will come from action props. Now, since we're kind of taking this approach of calling this action props, I'm going to go a step further and call this post props. I'm not massively fond of that, but here we are, and we'll spread everything else into posts. Bit confusing, I know. We'll tidy this up later. So we are destructuring handle delete, so it takes it out. It doesn't take it out, it just kind of creates a new object of actions without handle delete. So then what I'm thinking of, if I save this now, or we do posts, and we spread in props, we'll probably need to spread in actions as well. But if we just save that, what's going to happen? Let's have a look. Yeah, it can't handle underline because we haven't passed that. So what we'll do at some point is we'll check for all that. So we'll do actions is equal to actions. And there you go. We can't anymore delete the first post. But if I scroll down, I also can't delete the second post. So that's not what we want. What do we want? We want to show a post. So we're importing the post component already. So I'm thinking that this is just going to be a case of rendering the first post and then iterating over every other post and showing the posts and including the handle delete function. So it'll just be inside of here. We'll spread in, what do we have? Everything from, not from P, but from first post. And then we'll pass in all of the props for good measure. And then we'll pass in actions equals actions. And we'll probably put this around a context provider at some point when we get to adding a context provider to our thread. And that is really useful because we want to kind of store all sorts of metadata around the thread, such as its owner, what permissions I have, such as a moderator may be able to edit and delete and do some fancy things, but we'll get to the provider for the thread at some point as well. So then we're kind of duplicating what we've got here, but for this one, the only difference now is we'll spread in all actions and handle delete. So then any post which is after the first one has this handle delete function, and then it is literally just a case of refreshing, and there we see it. We can no longer delete the first post. We can obviously edit that, and we can edit the second one, and I can delete any further posts. So if I just create some content here, I will then be able to click delete, and this persists the content for now. We'll clean that up inside of the hook, but we should be able to add a message, and we can delete messages as we normally could, but we can no longer delete the first post. Now, yes, you could argue that we could do this through the API, and yeah, we could. What we may do when somebody messaged yesterday, somebody left a comment on YouTube about creating an API for the forum. So right now we're just kind of talking to Hasura directly and using their permissions, but it would be nice to kind of have this step in the middle where we can fine tune the behaviors and whatever. So unless Hasura has that functionality baked in, which I've not seen, but we kind of want to add a constraint on this post. So if this post is the first post of a thread, then at a DB level, we don't want to delete that. I'm not sure if Hasura kind of handles that logic, or if that's something we should be doing inside of our application or inside of this kind of middleware API to get there, which we can again do another check for, and then we just we prevent anybody from deleting posts on the front end that permissions just declined, and then we can use that admin secret to kind of override that behavior, which is perhaps one way we can get around this problem. So yeah, that is, we've done in sort of 7 minutes what I wanted to do, and I've kind of been ignoring it because I thought it was going to be a bigger chore than I thought, but we are done. That's issue 40, so let's just push that up now. We'll just quickly switch to a new branch, and we'll say fix prevent. Well, it's actually a feature, isn't it? Prevent first post deletion, and then we'll just commit everything. Whoops. What am I doing? Pass handle delete to all posts except the first. Not a great message, I know. Let's just copy this because yes, we need to fix our git config. Stop doing that at the beginning of the when we did all this, and I haven't gone to fix it, and I haven't restarted my machine, so that may just fix it. Let's create a new PR, and we'll say that this closes issue 40, and we'll push that up. Now if we go view that PR, this will build, not take too long, and we can merge that in. And then at jamstackforum.com, you will no longer be able to delete the first post, and we kind of won't end up in the state that that there is when you do that. So we'll need to obviously fix anything in case that does get through in the future, but I'm hoping this is all we need for now. So we've kind of got one issue left in our hackathon. This is failing. Whoa. Category ID not found. Oh. Ah. I think I know why. Category ID. Where category ID, get categories. This is parent ID, right? I think that is the issue. We renamed that in the DB yesterday. Rename category ID to parent ID. Think that is the problem there. Thanks very much for tuning in again. Hopefully you're finding this useful. I'm certainly having a lot of fun documenting my journeys with Hasura. So far, so good. I'm really impressed with the permission stuff, and also just having that, full functionality of the events stuff behind, which we haven't even touched on yet. But when we look at the other issues that are open, I think this is going to be an amazing opportunity to learn more. Email notifications and the verification stuff. When somebody signs up, what I would like to do is add a key on their, add some kind of hash secret value on their profile, and then sends them an email automatically in the background to verify their account. And they'll not be able to post, they'll not be able to comment until they've verified their account. That's one way we're kind of going to use the Hasura events, which I'm really keen to learn more of and stream that entire process. Other stuff will be, I also had the idea of, and what I liked way back when, running forums with some of the older tools, was the ability to allow guests to post and also at the same time provide that email and name. So we can then, in a background job, create a profile, send them an email to confirm and complete their account. I think that's just a great way of getting people involved in a community without them kind of getting over that hurdle of creating an account. There's nothing worse than kind of going somewhere and going, it doesn't have sign in with my favorite tool that I use, my favorite social platform. I mean, even, just sometimes add an email and password is a bit daunting for some. And I'm hoping that people can take what we've built here and use it for other use cases. And again, that could, adding an email and password could be a bit of a chore and a pain for people. So, maybe in the future we do add social logins and we improve that whole aspect. But I think just as a first step, what we could do is allow people to add a guest, post on behalf of a guest and add your name and email. And then we can kind of do the background work to create an account. And then you are just going to get that confirmation email. So it's a quicker step to sign up actually to post. Maybe that post goes active once they're verified their email, and then they've got that account. That's perhaps something. So, another comment that this has came a long way in just a couple of days, and really great features coming up. So yeah, really excited about it as well. If you've got any suggestions on what else we can add, so right now we just have some basic functionality like liking posts, creating posts, editing posts, deleting posts, creating threads, and also, if I go to post a new thread, we also added the ability to add subcategories last night. So that was a suggestion on a live stream yesterday where somebody had asked, can we add subcategories or do we plan on adding subcategories? And within 5 or 10 minutes, we added the possibility to create posts inside of a subcategory, which is cool. Another suggestion which I got today from someone was, why don't we add an additional view? So right now the root is recent activity, but what if I went to /categories? It would be nice to get a list of all of the categories and their child subcategories in an ordered view, and we can go and then view all of the posts inside of those. So I think that would be quite helpful to do, and maybe as we create an issue for that. Why don't we just create an issue now, and maybe so we can add that into the hackathon. So the hackathon, in case you are not aware, it's pretty much a month-long sprint for me working on this project. Every day we'll be adding new features, we'll be creating things and streaming the whole process and learning stuff. I think this is stream 19 or 20 since the beginning of the month. So I'm hoping we can just continue this cadence, keep the pace going, and we keep dropping the videos and streams while we kind of hack some stuff together. So I have a message from my lovely wife that my dinner is ready. So we will be kind of completing the stream in just a sec, but we'll get the pull request merged. Where is it? There we go. So that built. I'm just going to check the deployment preview and make sure that everything works as we expect. Yeah, we shouldn't be able to delete anything while we are not logged in. And if we log in with my email and password, we should see that we can no longer delete. And also if we post a new thread, we get all of these here. That's about it. That's all I wanted to do today. We'll pick up another issue tomorrow and we'll work on that. But in the meantime, if you have any suggestions at all, please let me know, and we can build it. We can figure it out, learn together, and build some stuff. So before I do go, let's create that issue before to create a categories index page. It would be useful to create an index page for categories. This page will link to all categories and their subcategories. Let's add this into the hackathon, which is due on the 19th of October. We're going to be submitting this to Hasura on the 19th or thereabouts. And they're kind of going to take a look at it, and it's part of a hackathon they are doing, which I found out about. So that'll be fun. We'll submit that issue. Awesome. So we got that in there. We're back to 9 issues. We did just get rid of one, but we've now got 22 closed issues. So go take a look. Have a look at the repo. Everything's on GitHub, open source. Feel free to comment, get involved, create anything you want, and we'll have fun and check it out on the podcast, on the video. So yeah, let me know. Thanks very much for joining today, and hopefully that has been helpful. But yeah, it was great for me. I learned a lot, so it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be anyway. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, happy coding.